Episode 6 begins like an epic poem, with Joel and Ellie traversing a frozen wasteland, crossing a river of death, and entering a guarded paradise where brothers are reunited and lives have been remade. But even in heaven, hell is omnipresent for the haunted Joel. Which way he flies is hell, himself is hell, to paraphrase Milton. The specter of Sarah's tragic death still hovers as he exhibits increasingly telling signs of unresolved trauma, which he expresses as anger towards Ellie, envy towards Tommy, and resentment towards them both. He reads as the most exquisitely selfish character when he tells his young charge that she doesn't know loss, when everyone in this post-apocalyptic world is intimately acquainted with it, when there isn't a soul untouched by the terrors of this dystopia. The writers aren't afraid to make Joel unlikable, even unpardonable, when he imagines his pain to be incomparable and dismisses Ellie's in the process. He is on the razor-sharp incline of a redemption arc, and this is part of his spiritual odyssey. The harder they fall, the higher they rise from the flames. A Celine Dion song comes to mind, "Can Beauty Come Out of Ashes?" The lyrics speak to what writers have always known, that the most resplendent narrative moments are when heroes emerge from the figurative hellfires of their inner journey victorious, when metaphorical demons are vanquished and personal salvation is achieved through sacrifice. Joel has managed, by questionable means, to survive, but Tommy's endurance, his success in moving on and starting over, leaves Joel feeling even more broken by contrast. Ellie, as distinct and dissimilar as she is from Sarah, is her reincarnation nevertheless, where Joel's darkest fears are concerned, and so two diametrically opposed desires, to symbolically absolve himself by saving the child he can save, and to avert a second loss that would destroy him utterly, war for supremacy. Grieving another daughter, whose fate he attributes to his failure as a father, would be unsurvivable, but living with the ghost of Sarah has proved unendurable. And so he endeavors to escape both by casting off Ellie entirely, the challenge he's afraid to face again, and the flashback in human form. But Ellie is not a night terror from which he can wake. She is the light in the darkness from which he cannot look away. The writers remind us again and again of Ellie's messianic role and by extension Joel's sacred duty to protect her until she brings about humanity's deliverance. Repeated references to her blood, the box of tampons in episode 3, her attempt to heal Sam in episode 5, are not accidental or incidental. In episode 6, she's provided a menstrual cup, an item which receives more than perfunctory screen time. The image of the Holy Grail is arguably invoked. Then he took the cup, gave thanks, and gave it to them, and they all drank from it. He said to them, "This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many." Mark 14:23-24. Joel cannot abandon Ellie, nor the quest she represents, because while it is himself he wants to save, more desperately than ever, it is not himself he needs to save, and he can do none of this except through her.